Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video we're going to be doing a look on the new Anastasia Riviera palette. You guys have seen my first look. If you guys haven't, I'll link it down below and somewhere here in a card using this palette. So I did already use this palette once before on my channel and I love it. I think it's such a great palette, so I really want to do more looks with it because it's pretty colorful and I feel like color is like one of my specialties. Like I love warm tones, but I also love playing with color. So it is pretty bright. If you guys have seen it, this is what, or if you guys haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. So it's a really, really beautiful color. It's got pops of yellows, pinks, purples. It does have more muted tones over here. It's definitely one of the brighter palettes that Anastasia has come out with, and I love it. I love a bright pink eyeshadow. I really do. But I also like more muted looks, and I like more subtle looks. So I incorporated this color right here, Seashells, into this more neutral, more natural type of makeup look. So you guys can have an option on how you can incorporate color. I know color can seem pretty scary and pretty nerve-wracking, especially if you're not used to it and you're just starting to dive out into it. This is one of the easiest ways. I think this palette would look so pretty if you guys just did like a winged liner, a little bit of like one of these muted colors in the crease, and then the pop of neon in the inner corner like a lot of people like have been doing recently. I think that look would be really, really beautiful. So I wanted to give you guys a look that's a little bit more subdued and it's not as, you know, dramatic and colorful as my last look. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Let me know if you guys did. If you guys want to see more of these types of looks where it's more of a natural look but it does have a pop of color, let me know. I also have like the new Anastasia glitters, the ones that they came out with on Valentine's Day, so let me know if you guys want to see a look with those as well. Let me know what other looks you guys want to see. If I don't post them on YouTube, just make sure you follow me on Instagram because I'll always usually post other looks on Instagram that I don't post on YouTube. So make sure you go ahead and follow me on there. It's at Mish and Makeup, the same as my Twitter, and I'll link it down below for you guys. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see how to get this look, then let's go ahead and get started. Hello and welcome back. So we're getting right into it. I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and throwing this all over the lids. As you guys can see, my lids were looking a little stained, and that's because I had filmed my last video right before this one and the pink stained my lids. So just be a little warned that the pink will stain, and I do apologize in advance for the way I sound. I do have a little bit of a head cold. So jumping into the palette, I'm going in with Estate, and this is going to be our transition shade, and I'm going into the crease with this, and I'm pretty much just dusting it all over the crease. I don't want to be too like precise with this shade because we're going to add shades all over top of it anyway, so it may get lost in translation. So I'm just blending it into the crease with a Smith, I believe it's a 232 brush. Next, I'm grabbing the shade Coastline and I'm taking it on a smaller Smith brush, and I'm just throwing this deeper into the crease. I'm not going to blend it out or smoke it out as much as I did the first shade, but this is just going to help start deepen up the outer corner and the crease. Next, I grabbed the shade Palm from the palette and I'm pushing this into the outer corner area, and I'm keeping these next few clips in regular speed so you guys can see. This shade is a little bit of a struggle. It's a little bit hard to work with, and I believe that this shade is described as a pressed pigment. So I want you guys to really take your time blending out this shade. I had no problem building the color up and blending it out, but once I started adding a few more layers, I felt like it got a little bit patchy, and then once I was going back in with the other shades to help blend it out, I felt like it was just kind of skipping, and I felt like it was a little bit patchy in the outer corner area, not so much the crease. But then I go in with my concealer to now cut the crease, and I'm only cutting the crease about halfway. Once I'm done cutting the crease, I like to take a brush with no product on it and just kind of blend out the harsh edges. The reason I blend out the outer edge of the concealer once I'm done cutting the crease is that once I add a color over top of that area where I'm swiping right now, so the concealer doesn't make the shade that I'm about to put on darker than it is. But unfortunately, that's the case. That's what happened here. So I first went in with Coastline, as you can see me applying it right now, and it already started to look a little bit darker where the concealer had stopped. And then once I added Palm, which I'm doing right now, you guys can see it's super patchy.
in the outer corner area, and then right where I buffed out that concealer, you can still see it. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to go back in with a little bit more concealer to kind of like erase what I had just done, and then see if I could just blend the lighter color over top of it. And I definitely think it helped, but because Palm is a pressed pigment, I just think that you have to be super careful with it, or just kind of grab another brown in your collection to help really soften the area where you're going to cut the crease, because this is the only problem I've run into with this palette recently. I mean, I still love it. I still use it, and I think, the palette is great, but this is the only problem that I've run into. So to set the inner half of the crease, I'm going in with Sales and Estate and just mixing those two together and putting that on the inner half of the cut crease. And then I'm just going back in with a mix of Coastline and Palm to just help blend it out. I'm really upset that you guys can see like that patchiness right there, but I do want you guys to see it because even I did struggle with it a little bit. Grabbing my NYX matte liner, I'm just drawing a nice line on the upper lid area, and then I'm grabbing seashells on an angled brush, and I'm applying this about halfway of the liner that I have up there, and the black liner just really makes it pop, and it just looks so pretty. So you can literally do this with any other bright colorful shade in the palette and it will still look beautiful. Moving on to complexion, I'm going in with my Farsali Gold Elixir drops and just placing a few drops onto my face and rubbing it in, and I accidentally got some on my shirt. For foundation, I'm actually going in with my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is in the shade 3.5 Salzburg, and you guys might remember me saying I didn't really like this a few months ago, but I've been using it by itself recently and I absolutely love it. I hate the amount that the pump dispenses. I feel like it doesn't dispense enough. I feel like I have to use like 4 to 6 pumps just to do my whole face, but I love this foundation, and I love it with the Farsali drops underneath. So I just think it gives a really nice coverage. I feel like it leaves a really nice radiant dewy finish. So this has been my jam recently. For concealer, I'm grabbing my Tarte Shape Tape and I'm throwing that right in the hollows underneath the corners of my eyes. And then I go in with my Fenty Beauty concealer. I love the formula of Fenty Beauty, but I love the coverage of Tarte Shape Tape. So that's why I use a little bit of the Tarte one and then the Fenty one just to kind of further highlight the under eye area and then also the center of the face. And once I'm done with that, I'm just blending it out with my damp beauty blender. And then I'm going in with a liquid highlighter before I start setting anything with powder. This is the Anastasia Liquid Glow in the shade Perla, and I'm just throwing this on the highest points of my cheekbones. It just adds such a nice, beautiful glow to the skin. And then I'm going to go ahead and set everywhere I place concealer, so underneath the eyes and then the center of the face. This is my RCMA No Color Powder that I put in its own little container. I'm only setting there, and then I'm just going to dust off whatever excess powder I do have laying around. And then for bronzer, I'm going in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. As you guys know, she's my bitch. She's my day one. I love this bronzer so much. She's affordable. She's beautiful. She's buildable. She's creamy. She's pigmented. She's everything. So I'm just bronzing up the face here with this bronzer. To continue with the glow, I'm going in with the Anastasia Sun Dip Glow Kit. I'm going in with the two lightest shades in the kit, mixing them together and placing them right over top where I added the Perla Liquid Glow earlier. And I'm just going to go ahead and contour this Italian nose that I got going on right here because it needs to be contoured. You know what I'm saying? For blush, I believe I used my Milani Baked Blush in Rose d'Oro, which is my go-to current favorite blush at the moment. So I'm just popping that on the apples of my cheeks. And then I did apply a little bit more of my RCMA No Color Powder underneath the eye area while I do the lower lash line. I'm pretty much just grabbing seashells and I'm throwing it on the inner half of my lower lash line just to kind of mimic what we have going on the top. And then I'm grabbing Palm and I'm just throwing it on the outer corner of the lower lash line as well. Pretty much, like I said, mimicking what we have on top, we're going to do on the bottom. Then I'm just dusting away that powder that we had laid down before. And now I'm going in with my lip liner. This is the LA Girl lip liner. You guys have seen me use this in my past few tutorials. I've been in love with this formula of lip liner. I love it so much. This is in the shade Keep It Spicy. I'm just applying it all over my lips, overlining just a little bit, filling in my lips a little bit, and then quickly applying my lashes before my lash glue completely dried all the way, popping them on, making sure they are a-okay, they're secure. When I sneeze, they won't come off, all the fun stuff. And then I'm just applying a few coats of mascara to my lower lash line. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And then quickly going back to the lips, I'm going in with my Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Virgin. And I love this shade so much. It's really, really pretty, really muted. And I really, really love it. And once I did that, that's pretty much the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Are you picking up Riviera? Have you picked up Riviera? Let me know. Everything that I use will be listed down below, so don't forget to check out the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!